Silent part for singing, or for falls. 2 and 3, and now blues riff. And so the song continues. Now we're going to take it through step by step, starting with the opening riff. But please make sure you do have a copy of the tab sheet with you. If you need a copy, just message me via WhatsApp or inbox or YouTube channel. And let's start with riff number 1. The first riff starts at fret number 7 on your 6th string, as on the tab sheet, and it's going to go across to fret 5, string 5 over here. And you're going to repeat that twice, like that. And then the 5th note is going to be 7 as well on the 5th string. So slow motion. Pinched harmonics, obviously optional, you don't have to include it, but it sounds pretty sweet, so go for it. Now, on the structure of the song, on the sequence of what you play, in the beginning he plays through this twice. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then he starts again, he continues with the riff 3 more times while he's singing. So the riff is actually twice for the intro and continues 3 further times while singing, so effectively 5 at the beginning. And then he's going to go something like this. You're going to go, and then that riff, super easy. You're just going to go to fret number 7, fret number 5, move your first finger back to number 3, and open string, completing it with the E5 power chord like this. So your last phrase, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3. Next up, you're looking at the beginning of the verse. Okay, so Spider-Man's making his debut, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at riff for chord E, as on the tab sheet. It starts with your first finger, fingers numbers clearly labeled on the fingers, and it's going to go from there. You're only strumming 2 strings, strings 6 and 5, but simultaneously, like that. Then you're bringing your ring finger, your 3rd finger, onto fret 4 of the 1st string, and if you look at the tab, it goes 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. So your first bar should sound like this, 2, 2, 4, 2, like that. And at speed, you need 3 in a row, not 4, 3 in a row. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it's got quite a nice, easy, sort of partially chromatic. Chromatic means I go from one fret to the next fret to the next fret, like that. When we go from one fret at a time, we call that chromatic. Now it's partially chromatic because in between you got a 0. So everything on the 6th string, and if you look at that 4th bar of the 2nd row, which is riff 3 between E and A chords, it goes open, open 2, open 3, open 4, open. And if you put it in context, it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Third time. And you can put a little pull-off inside there as well. If you watch my picking hand now, you can see the pull-off. There's the pull-off. Pull-off. You can pull off, or you can pick everything like this. You got a choice there. I'm not going to be too fussy. And then after that, the next row, the 3rd row, riff for chord A is going to sound like this. Okay, and that's actually quite an easy one. Basically, you're playing the open 5th string, and everything you did previously for the E has simply moved 1 string down. So it's only 1 bar, and then you're going to jump. Now, there's 2 ways to do the B. The one is a really big stretch, which you don't have to do. It's going to go from fret 2 to fret 4 on strings 5 and 4, and then your pinky, if you decide to do the stretch, all the way to fret 6. This of course is first place, but I do realize some of us find it a bit difficult to do the stretch. And part of the secret for the stretch is drop your thumb. If my thumb is high like this, if my thumb is now here, my pinky is no ways going to get down to fret number 6. But if my thumb drops down, watch my pinky suddenly begin stretching. So the secret, it's in your thumb's position. Drop the thumb, pinky stretches, raise the thumb, the hand closes. We want the hand to open, pinky to stretch, drop your thumb. Okay. Now if you still don't like that, you can just simply play this, which is fret 2 on the 5th string and fret 4 on the 4th string, and you simply go, sounds just as cool, and then you finish with riff number 4, which should sound like this. Now I made a bit of a mistake. They put the open in between, which shouldn't be there. It should actually be. But both actually work, which is why I decided not to stop and redo the video or to edit it, but to show you that sometimes mistakes on guitar or in music actually don't sound that bad. It depends on what you do wrong. So ideally, 0, 0, 4, 4, 5, 5, chromatic again, 6, 6, chromatic because you're going 1 fret at a time, 1, 7, bring your ring finger in for this, and you're back to the 7 like that. And that's your turnover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out now, and I'm going to let the backtrack play through the introduction twice. So I'm going to join now as if Gary Moore was going to start singing. Please listen to the original as well. It gives you a bit of an insight to what the song should sound like. So here we go from the beginning. I'm going to miss the first 2 intentionally and pick up as if I'm playing a complete verse. Here we go. That's your introduction. First time through. Second time through, and here we start. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Your counting is quite important. 2, 3. Here comes the rundown. Riff number 2. 2 and 3. And then you have the basic working for the song. After you've done that, you go back to the riff for chord E. You don't go back to the intro. So on the structure, very important. You got your intro with all the little twists, 2 and 3, and then this part, when you start here with all the little parts, you do that through twice in a row. Okay, now for those that are playing at the concert this week, so this video is actually sort of a double mission. It's for those that are playing at our school concert and for those that want to learn a really cool blues progression by Gary Moore. We're going to look at some soloing options as well. So we're going to focus in on the best possible scale to use for the song. We're looking at the E minor pentatonic scale, which starts at the 12th fret. You'll see there's 2 dots there. That is the 12th fret. And we're going to play through so slowly from fret 12 to fret 15 to fret 12 on the next string, fret 14. Same on the next string. Now if your guitar doesn't have the same pitch as mine, it's probably out of tune. 12, 14 again, and you finish off 12, 15, 12, 15. And then also you want to alternate your picking strokes. So what's my picking hand, which is now busy waving at you, and it should be like this, down up the whole way through. Now first get to know that scale well, and then just to get us into the improvising sort of frame of mind, to introduce you to soloing if you're not familiar with it, we're going to start working with the bottom 4 strings. So we're just going to use the 12, 14 and then the next 2 12, 15s. So just that. So even though you could include that, we're going to keep it simple for starters, and then we're going to add the backtrack. Now for starters, I'm going to play from the part after you hear that 2 and 3, and then I'm going to start with the solo. So you might hear that on the backtrack now, which I'm going to hit the play button. 2, 3, and here we go. that alone, it's already starting to work. Okay, so that's the first part, just to get to play the scale in rhythm. You can play it a bit slower if you want to, so you can do maybe something like this if you really want to. Check this out. And that sounds pretty cool as well. So there's no speed restriction. Once you got that going, then you must start playing around with the scale. So I'm going to sit and do an improv jam now quickly, and it should be something like this. So we're not going to anything sort of overly flash now. We're not going to go... We're not putting anything flashy inside it. We're just keeping it safe. So the first step to improvising is first get to hear and recognize how does my scale sound. So first step, like we said, just play rhythmically through. And then there's 3 notes that bend really well. This note, and this note. So if I go like this, that sounds pretty cool. So this note that I'm playing now, 14 on the 3rd string, always works well. Then 15 on the 2nd and the 1st also works well. Watch this. Also, so those notes work really cool. And as you get more speed into it, you can start thinking about repetition. That works quite nicely. We can do exercises like wrong fret. All those things sound pretty cool when you're soloing. So this is what your solo can end up maybe at the end of the day. Just a little bit more flash. Not going to put up too much now, but check this out. And here we go. So there's a lot you can get out with a very simple 8 notes, and that's all I was using. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th note. That's all we were using. We're using repetition. You can reverse it. Using string bends. And pauses. Pause. 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 Repetition. So there's a lot of things you can do. The key to improvise is experiment. I can't stress enough. Improvise, experiment, test the scale, develop your own style. So I'm not going to write down a whole lot of tabs and say learn this and learn that and learn this, because then you're not really learning how to improvise. If there's any questions that you'd like to ask about improvising for yourself, please send me a video of you taking a chance or jamming. Improvising, I'll be more than happy to throw my suggestions into to try and make it a bit stronger. Otherwise, have a fantastic week. Take care.